Welcome to the Latino Business Report. In today's episode, we are excited to have our favorite psychotherapist, Laura Ramirez, as our guest. With the new year just around the corner, it's the perfect time to reflect on your resolutions. Join us in this podcast episode where Laura provides the inspiration, guidance, and practical tips you need to turn your New Year's resolutions into a reality. As we embark on the fresh start of a new year, we recognize the excitement that comes with setting goals for personal growth, health, and happiness. Tune in to hear Laura share her expert advice to keep you motivated and accountable on your journey towards making lasting positive changes. It's time to transform those resolutions from mere intentions to tangible achievements. Let's make this year the most successful year yet. Get ready for a transformative conversation on the Latino Business Report.
Welcome to the Latino Business Report. This podcast covers business, people, and issues of the day from a Latino perspective. The Latino Business Report is brought to you by TAMAC, the Texas Association of Mexican American Chambers of Commerce. TAMAC is the leading Hispanic business organization in Texas since 1975. Now for your host, J.R. Gonzalez.
And welcome to another episode of Latino Business Report. I hope everybody out there had a very, very merry and blessed Christmas. Our guests, we have a returning guest once more, Laura Ramirez, psychotherapist, one of our favorite guests to have on the podcast. The reason we have her so often is every time I have a problem, I just give her a call, and, they're actually my problems. I go, hey, Laura, I got an idea for a podcast. She goes, okay, that sounds great. So really, this is a way of me getting therapy at no cost. So Laura busted. There's a confession right there. So anyway, Laura, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm awesome. And thank you for such a wonderful introduction.
There you go. It's one of a kind. I doubt you'll ever get an introduction like that again.
I won't.
Hey, how was your Christmas?
Oh, it was fantastic. Just love spending time with family and friends, and just it's a wonderful time. Wonderful time of year.
Was Santa nice to you?
Santa's always nice to me. Yeah, I always get everything that I want.
Well, good for you. Look at you. Been a good girl all year. Well, Santa was nice to me. I have enough lumps of coal so I can do a barbecue this weekend. So
yay! It's probably going to be a big one by the sound of it.
There you go. There you go. All right. Well, folks, I hope all our community of podcast listeners out there had a great Christmas. Hope you were safe. You got to see some friends and loved ones. Christmas is always a great time of year. And just, I've come to the conclusion that it wouldn't be Christmas without Hallmark movies. It's the same 15 characters. It's the same plot line. It goes over and over and over. But hey, it's a part of the season. So now that Christmas is over, we have coming upon us New Year's 2024. I can't believe it. Where does time?
I know.
Where does time go? Gosh. Well, I'm just keeping my fingers crossed and hoping that 2024 is going to be better than 2023. And when 2025 comes around, every year just needs to get better. It needs to get better.
It is. I think 2024 is going to be a fantastic year for all of us. So I'm looking forward to that. Well, it
is also an election year, so it won't be a great year for all of us, but we won't get into that one on this podcast. Yeah. What we're going to be talking about on this podcast is New Year's resolutions. Laura, people have been doing this since the beginning of recorded time. It's the new year. They make promises. They make resolutions. They say you say you're going to do things, yet nobody seems to actually. I'm not going to say nobody. A lot of people have difficulty keeping their New Year's resolutions. So the reason I had you on the show today is let's talk about it. It's kind of like, how can we keep, or I've already confessed at the beginning of the show, how can I keep my New Year's resolutions this year? Because you make them, it looks good for the first week or two, and then boom, out the door. So, all right, do I need to lay down on the couch or anything, or do you psychotherapists do that?
Whatever you'd like to do. You can turn around, whatever. You don't have to look at me. Right. You can do that, lay down, prop your feet up, whatever you want to do.
All right. Okay.
Whatever makes you comfortable. So, exactly what you just said, 2024 is rolling around and everybody has the mantra of new year, new you, new year, new me, right? So people start setting New Year's resolutions. And as you said, I don't know if they're meant to be broken, but it happens all the time, right? So today you and I are going to talk about 5 different things that people can do to hopefully keep the New Year's resolution that they set for themselves on December 31st, right? Keep it going at least
Okay.
most of the year. So in saying all that, one of the first things that people can do is set reasonable goals.
Okay.
Um, there's
Reasonable goals.
reasonable goals. So if you think about it, a big New Year's resolution, or one of the most popular New Year's resolutions, is weight loss, right? New year, new you. Everybody wants to
Mm-hmm.
drop a few pounds in the new year. Reasonable weight loss is exactly that. Be reasonable with it. Don't go into the new year saying, I'm going to lose 50 pounds by summer, right? So
Mm-hmm.
make them attainable. The average person, if someone's on a health journey and they change the way they eat, reasonably you can lose on a healthy scale probably between 1 to 2 pounds a week. That's reasonable, right?
Okay.
These crash diets, or these overnight diets, whatever. Yes, you can lose. You hear it all the time. Lose 10 pounds in 3 days. Lose 10 pounds in 1 week. That's not reasonable, and it's not healthy, really. So set those reasonable, healthy goals. 1 to 2 pounds a week, and sometimes the weight loss stops for a little bit. You can plateau a little bit. So the expectation of I'm going to lose 50 pounds by summer so that I can go on the beach and look fabulous is really not healthy, and it's not attainable. So that's just an example of setting reasonable goals. So you want to set a goal to lose 3 pounds the first month. That's awesome. Set reasonable, attainable goals.
Well, as you set those goals, don't
Uh-huh.
you have to put something behind it? I mean, I'm going to do it this way. I mean, setting a goal is one thing, but how are you going to achieve that? So I'm assuming along with that goal, part of that would be a little more exercise, eating right,
Yes,
get,
exactly. So
doing that. Yeah, doing that apple vinegar cider in the morning, or that whatever that stuff is that some people say. I
yeah.
tried that once. Nombre, after once, I almost threw up. I go, this is a heck of a way to lose weight, but
Yeah, I've tried
okay,
it too. It doesn't taste very good.
doesn't taste very good.
No.
So set reasonable goals.
Set reasonable goals. So as you mentioned right now, set small goals. So everybody sets these overarching goals, right? So it could be, I want to lose 20 pounds in 2024. I want to lose 24 pounds in 2024, right? Go with the theme of the year, whatever
Mm-hmm.
it is. Yes, set actionable goals to reach that overarching goal, that umbrella of a goal, whatever it is. So if you want to lose 24 pounds in 2024, set goals, small goals. How am I going to do that? I'm going to exercise more. I'm going to exercise 2 or 3 times a week. I'm going to eat better. As everybody knows, it's not 80% of weight loss is what you put into your body, so the food,
Mm-hmm.
and 20% is what you do, the physical part. So 80% is what you eat, 20% is what you do. So exercise is important, but what's really going to make those changes as far as weight or your physique is going to be what you put into your body. How do you fuel your body?
Oh, I just learned something today. 80-20. I didn't realize that.
80/20.
Okay.
So,
All right.
but yes, set small goals to get that overarching, that umbrella goal that you've
And
set.
how about for those folks that are like these overachievers, the folks that are like, go big or go home? But I mean, so you're going set small goals, reasonable. Some of those folks are what do you mean reasonable goals? We're going to do it. Let's do it. Let's go all the way. So how do you?
That's number 2.
Well,
That is the number
okay.
2 way to reach these, or to keep your New Year's resolution. Perfect segue into this balanced approach. There's people, just like you mentioned, go big or go home, right? People can be extremist. They're either I'm going to do it all, or I'm not going to do it at all. And that's not a good approach to a New Year's resolution either, because as you know, how do you eat an elephant, JR?
I prefer with a little bit of Tabasco sauce, and a little bit
Not
of queso
ketchup,
on the
not
side.
ketchup like on your tamales? Okay.
Hey, do not make fun of me eating ketchup,
Oh,
my
come
tamales
on.
with
Come
ketchup.
on.
I mean, no. I mean,
I have to make fun of that. That's
no,
unheard of. That's so un-Mexican. That's so Mexican.
oh, man, you are just, what did you have for breakfast this morning? Gallo? I mean, you're ready to fight? No, hey, to each his own, but, occasionally, I mean, when I was a child growing up, it was all the time. Now, not so often, but I will still eat tamales with ketchup on top.
Okay,
You
I'm
know,
not going to make fun of you, but little secret is
just
that
comfort food. I mean,
yeah,
I mean, one of my favorites is for comfort food is spam. Fry up some spam, make a sandwich out of it. I mean, it's good stuff.
yeah,
Good
you're right.
stuff.
So little secret, I like to add mayonnaise to my Spanish rice, my arroz.
What?
Yes. So I shouldn't make fun of your whole catch up with on the tamales thing. Yeah,
So you're
mayonnaise
making arroz con
in
pollo
my
with
arroz.
mayonnaise?
No pollo, just the arroz. I add some
Just add
mayonnaise
just
into it. It's awesome. You should try it. It adds an extra fat
sure.
to it.
This afternoon I'm going to go ahead and go and do that right away. Get my Spanish rice
You
going.
should.
Mayonnaise,
You should.
mayonnaise or
It's really
Miracle
good.
Whip. I mean, there's a difference.
I
There's a
like
difference.
Hellman's mayonnaise, so yeah,
All
add
right.
some Hellman's into the arroz. Sin pollo, just arroz.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it just goes to show there's a lot of people are
Each his
different.
own. You're right.
To each his own. Okay. So
So yeah, have
number
a
two,
balanced
you said
approach. Balanced
balance
approach.
approach. Makes
Y-
sense.
Yeah, don't if you have that extremist mentality, you've already set yourself up for failure. So
But at the same time, if wouldn't it be logical to say that I'm a bit of an extremist. I have that mentality. Set small goals, reach those goals, then set additional goals after that.
yes, but
So
do it
eventually you can
balanced.
reach that lofty goal, but take it in. And how do we eat an elephant?
One bite at a time.
One bite at a time.
Yeah.
So get
Or
those
with
goals
ketchup or
going
mayonnaise,
with the ketchup and mayonnaise with some arroz on the side.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah,
oh
set
God,
balanced approach.
I just have that taste in my mouth. Okay,
It
I
tastes
don't judge.
good. Yeah,
I
don't
don't
judge
judge.
because
I
the
don't
ketchup
judge.
on the tamales.
Okay,
Anyway,
so
yeah, balanced
number
approach.
three.
Okay, so moving on to number 3. The next one we're going to talk about is have an accountability partner or two. Having somebody to hold you accountable to reach those reasonable goals that you've set, and also keeping you balanced, not making you too extreme, because if you become extreme and you fail at one thing, you're off. Like you're like, I'm done, I'm failed, I'm not going to do it anymore. But if you have an accountability partner, which is number 3, have somebody to talk to you, have somebody you can call up and say, hey, I didn't eat that great today, I'm trying to reach my weight loss goal. We keep talking about weight loss because that's the number one, like I said, New Year's resolution. But have somebody you can talk to. Have somebody that can go and exercise with you. Have somebody to go, walk, run, go to the gym with you. It's more fun when you do it with somebody that's on the same um,
Okay.
journey that you're on. So
Okay.
accountability partner.
Accountability partner that is nurturing and supporting, not necessarily an accountability party that'll make you feel like.
You know what? It just
I
depends.
mean,
It depends. Maybe you need somebody who can give you some tough love and tell you, you know what? Get up, get your ass off the couch and let's go. Maybe that's what they need sometimes. It just depends on the person's personality.
well, no, there you go. You're right. To each his own. I do not respond well to tough love. I mean,
So you
okay,
need somebody
so
who's going to be like, oh, come on, you can do it. Come on, you got it. So it
come on,
just
mijo,
depends.
you can
Yeah,
do it. Si se puede, si se puede. Okay,
exactly. So
accountability.
it just
Okay,
depends.
makes sense. All right, so that was what was that?
That was
Number
number 3.
4?
That was number
Number
3.
3.
And we're
All
on to
right.
number 4. Number 4 is stay the course, stay focused. Stay focused on your goals. One of the things I always tell my clients is if you have a goal or you have an affirmation, whatever it is that you want to do, write it on your mirror. What's the first thing that most people do when they wake up? Wash your face, brush your teeth, whatever, right? You go and you look at yourself in the bathroom mirror. Write it on your mirror. Set your goals there. If you have a New Year's resolution or resolutions that you want to meet, take a nice little dry erase marker, comes off great on mirrors, write it on your mirror. Set those goals up there. And that way you remind yourself every day in the morning before when you're washing your hands, when you're washing your face, brushing your teeth, and before you go to bed, remind yourself of your goals. Make them visible
Okay.
for you to remember.
So, and I've also heard, I think you've discussed it in the past, that writing your goals down
Yes.
are helpful. So not only on the mirror, but if you have a little notepad or a calendar or something you keep, write it down. How does writing it down actually help?
Think about it. It goes into your brain. So it's a cognitive way for you to embed it into your brain. It's, people are different types of learners. There are different types of learners in this world, right? Some people have to write things down, which are kinesthetic, right? Kinesthetic learners who have to write things or be doing things in order to remember things. So that's one way of keeping it in your brain. Also visual. That's why I said write it on a mirror. Make sure you see it all the time. There are people who are visual learners, so you have to look at it, and visually they can see it and they're like, oh yeah, let me remember my goal. Same thing with writing. So it's just a hand to the brain connection.
Got it. Okay.
So,
Okay.
and then the last one that we have is my favorite, most important. Number 5 is do it for you. One of the things that I constantly tell my clients is it's about you. Always put you first. That's one of the hardest things that for people to do is to put themselves first in any situation. So for New Year's resolutions, do it for you. Set a resolution that is specifically tailored for you. Yes, you may have a friend who's on a weight loss journey or who is on some type of, change journey, and they say, come on, let's do
self-improvement. Yeah.
Self-improvement journey. Yes. So they say, come on, let's do this and that. Okay, great. It's a great idea, but how is it going to work for you? Always look out for number 1, look out for you. So
because if you don't take
right.
And for and come on, especially in the Latino community, I mean, the men are stubborn, the women, the moms, they want to take care of everybody else. Nobody takes care of themselves. Exactly. And that is something that is actually problematic in a lot of cases. But just like on the airlines, and we've talked about this before in previous episodes, when that oxygen mask comes down, put it on yourself first, because if you don't help yourself first, then you will not be in a position to help others.
No,
so I guess the thing kind of goes along the same way.
Exactly. So that's why it's my most favorite one, and it's the last one so that we can remember it, is do it for you. New year,
do it for yourself.
New you.
Okay.
Yes, do it for yourself. So set those goals, those resolutions.
Would you say new year, new you?
New year, new you. It's about you.
Yeah. Do you have T-shirts made up like that already?
I think I might. I'm going to have
There you go. There you go. Hey, I got great. So let's go over these 5 real quick. One more time. Just highlights. The first one again was
number 1 was set reasonable goals.
Set reasonable goals, guys. Be realistic about it. It's your body, your life, your whatever you want to do, whether it be lose weight, get a better job, more exercise, better relationship, be a nicer person, baby steps. Okay.
Yeah, baby steps.
All right.
Number 2, have a balanced approach. Don't be an extremist. If you're an extremist, you're setting yourself up for failure from the beginning. So.
Okay. So there you go.
If you fail one day, start up again. It's not a rush.
Well, yeah, because a failure is just, it's a learning process.
Right.
That's all it is.
Exactly. It's a lesson.
Okay.
Number 3, have an accountability partner or 2. Whether you want somebody nice who's going to be, si se puede, JR, come on, get up. Or somebody who says, get your ass up. Come on, we're going.
Yeah.
Like whatever you need, whatever your style is, find somebody that fits your style. Your accountability partner should fit your style.
Got it. Okay.
Number 4, stay the course. Stay focused. Again,
stay focused.
You can write them down, write your goals down, see them, put them up everywhere. That way you can stay focused on your goals. And number 5, most important, my favorite one, is do it for you. Set resolutions that are tailored to fit your life, your needs, what you want. It's about you. New year, new you.
Got it. Makes sense. I do have a number 6 that could be very important for a lot of people.
I think it's one of the big.
The number 6 is don't make your New Year's resolutions at 12:01 after a night of drinking.
Exactly. That's really actually very important. So yeah.
There you go. Number 6. Number 6.
Or shortly after. Yeah, when you're sober.
I've done that I've done that. I've actually written them down, and I wake up next morning once you have the coffee and your head's clear again. I said what? I'm going to do what?
Yeah.
So that's very good. Laura, thank you very much for these tips. We're going to keep this episode short because it is the holidays, but I felt it was important that we get these to give some of our listeners a little bit of an edge of how to better keep those New Year's resolutions. Because you know what, everybody tries. Well, I'm not going to say everybody tries. For the most part, people want to improve. They want to be better people. This is the perfect time. What did you say? New year, new you.
New you, yes.
new you. So as you be that new you, make sure you come up with a plan of how to be that new you, and just don't go, hey, I'm going to be a new person. And you don't make any plans. You don't need strategy. You have nothing. I'm going to be a new person. How are you going to be a new person? Then you come up with those goals, put something behind it. I think it's very, very important. Would you say get a partner? What kind of partner?
Accountability partner.
An accountability partner. Okay. And that accountability partner does not necessarily have to be your spouse or your mom, or it can be a friend at work. It can be someone you meet, or it can be almost, just an acquaintance. Like you said, if you see you're out walking or jogging, you find somebody that is out there too, team up, run together, work together. You'll get there quicker. Exactly. And at least that accountability, that support. Okay. Accountability is very important. So guys, I just wanted to say thank you sincerely to our listeners, our community of listeners who've been listening to us throughout this past year. Thank you so very much. It really, really means a lot to us. I know Laura and I have fun. You have been my most reoccurring guest, Laura, and it's only appropriate at the end of the year you're on again.
Yay.
But you've been on how many? 5, 6 times already?
This is probably the 6th.
The 6th time? Okay. And on the analytics, every time we do something, the ratings are good. We get a lot of listeners. I get some good feedback. Awesome. But to the listeners out there, thank you so very much for listening. I really mean that. And if it's the first time you've listened to this podcast, welcome. You can also, and I always appreciate the feedback. You can go to LatinoBusinessReport.com, and there's a place where to contact us. Send us a note. Do a post. I had one young lady post about the show, about the podcast, of how much she liked it, and she tagged Latino Business Report on it, and I saw that. And just a wonderful post. Thank you very much. And I would be remiss if I didn't thank why they listen. I don't know, but we have a group of listeners in Bangladesh. So folks out in Bangladesh, please send me an email. I'd like to know who the heck you are. And Laura, do you have any closing thoughts? Any closing thoughts for 2023 before you go?
Closing thoughts. I'm just looking forward to an awesome 2024. And again, put you first. And Happy New Year to everyone.
Put ourselves first. Then after you put yourself first, you can change your life. I mean, things can change. Putting yourself first is a good thing, but don't forget to take care of everybody else around you as you do that. It's just not about you. Other people you need to help other people, and sometimes put them first. Laura's shaking her head going, nope, put yourself first. Yes. Okay.
Put yourself first.
All right. Well, once again, you've been listening to the Latino Business Report. I am your host, J.R. Gonzalez, and I want to do a shout out to Cortland. Cortland, my man. Cortland is actually our assistant producer. He is the one who does all the editing, adds the music. He does all the hard work. I get to have the fun work. So, Cortland, you've been a great asset to the podcast. You've been a good friend. Thank you very much for everything that you do. And Laura, you've met Cortland before, right?
Yes, I love Cortland. Love him.
He's great guy.
Thank you for making us sound great.
Thank you, Cortland. He's actually working on his second master's degree.
Wow,
that's awesome. At Texas State University. He's smarter than, at least he's smarter than me. I know that. But all right, we're out of time. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great rest of your holiday. Have a fantastic New Year's Eve. Be safe. Take care of yourself. There's a lot of crazy drivers out there. There's when accidents really, really spike up. So be safe. Have a happy New Year. And as you set those New Year's resolutions, remember what Laura said. The 5 reasons of how you can be successful. And for those of you who believe in it, let's make sure we eat a lot of black-eyed peas or whatever people do for good luck for 2024. Folks, thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next year.